from So Much to Give Inclusive Cafe and Inspiration Studio to share her wonderful story. Maureen?
Let's give it, the Phillies, this whole organization a hand for honoring all of us. What an incredible honor this is. So my name is Maureen Stanko, and my son Nicholas has autism. He's 23 years old, and he basically lost everything at the age of 2.5, thousands of words. It's not the kind of thing you sign up for in your life, but guess what? Beautiful things can happen from the hardest things in life. That's when you find the blessings in life. It's with the tough stuff. And I remember watching on Action News back in about 2014, and I saw that there were 20,000 adolescents in Pennsylvania alone with autism, that when they turned 21 and aged out of the school system, there was absolutely no programming for them. And at the time, my son was about 14, around 14 himself, somewhere in there. But anyway, I'm a teacher. I just retired early from the Methacton School District in Montgomery County. And I knew back then that I was meant to do something to help with this problem. I just felt it in my heart. It planted a seed. And almost exactly 4 years ago, in the middle of the night, any special needs parent can relate to waking up in the middle of the night and just your brain, you're ruminating. And I remember thinking, it's coming. In 2 years, that's it. It's like a big cliff, and when they're done school, a cliff. And I remember saying that my dad had, and that was, and he passed when my son Nicholas was 9.5 months old. My dad had a saying, he said, when you have a problem, pray like hell, then get up off your knees and do something. And that night, I put my hands together, and when I woke up the next morning, I was thinking about my son, and I mean, he needs, I'm talking literal 24/7 care. But then I was thinking, but man, can he peel potatoes? He's so good at it. What if the program I could create, what if it could harness all those gifts and talents of people like Nick, who have so much to give to the world? And then this thing just came to me, so much to give. And I literally got out of bed, I went on my computer, and I thought, what will these people need? And I typed out, I mean, it just came out of me, 4 paragraphs. They'll need vocational skill development, they'll need social skills, they'll need family caregiver support, and they'll need to be integrated into the community. And I just had this printout, and what am I going to do with this thing? And I remembered a Facebook friend I had named Kathy Opperman, and she had a charity, Pillars of Light and Love. So I messengered her, and I said, listen, I don't know if you even know who I am, but I see the amazing things your charity is doing, and I would love if you would read this and just give me some advice. I might start a nonprofit or do something. I just want to see if there's any substance here. So she's like, not only do I love this concept, you can be a division under my nonprofit. That was 4 years ago. By 11 months later, we had band together with one of my son's therapists, Tyler Camerly. We raised $150,000 through the community and opened a cafe in Cedars, Pennsylvania, called the So Much to Give Inclusive Cafe. And we actually have over 40 employees with disclosed diagnosed disabilities. It is honestly the only full-service restaurant that we're aware of in this country. We know of one in France because there's servers, food runners, there's people in the kitchen, there are dishwashers, there are greeters, hosts and hostesses. Some of them call bingo. but they all have all these different jobs, and when people walk in the door, they don't just go to eat in a restaurant, they become part of the mission. Like, they are immersed in this mission. And anybody who walks in there, you know, just, they don't come unless they love people like our families anyway. But it's generally because they want to support us. So not only are we employing these people, all these people, and their families are so happy, but families like mine who shied away from going to restaurants because all it was a source of stress. Like, why pay all this money to go out to eat when there's, you know, when it's stressful? So anyway, the cafe is a haven. It's a safe space for families. And then a couple months later, about 7 or 8 months later, we opened the So Much to Give Inspiration Studio. It's in the exact same complex as the cafe. We have groups. We have over 260 registered participants now. We do art classes, music classes, karaoke dance parties. We bring groups over to the Inclusive Cafe. They go out to dinner with their friends instead of their parents. Now we have birthday parties. They have friends to invite, and they never did. So it's been the most incredible experience, and it was all literally an answer to prayer. And you know, with our with everything we do, about 70% of what we do is all from revenue from food sales or whatever, but the rest, 30% of that, and let me tell you, when you have all those employees, you have a lot of payroll taxes, the payroll's astronomical, but it's the mission. And 30% of everything that we do is all because of the generosity of donors, and from you guys all can relate to just anything you'll do to raise funds. And we do a ton of fundraising. So this just came out of the sky for us, and it was a godsend, just like I'm sure it is for everybody else here. So if I talked over 5 minutes, I apologize. But I'm leaving now.